Goodness me. Helen as well, intermediate tires as well. And no light pod at the front. Not easy to see in the desperate conditions. Took a gamble, copied Solberg. It was the wrong choice, and at the end of the day, yes, trying to keep his cool. That's the way it goes, he said. Well, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Plummets from 1st to 6th overall, Hannon. That's the cost. Guy Wilkes finishes 3rd on the special, using snow tyres. Should have taken studs, but yeah, not as bad as it could have been. Overtook 2 cars in the stage, lost time. Not the worst tyre choice, but not the best either. Freddie Loix, unbelievable performance from him, punctured on stage 8 with 12 kilometres to go and brought it home 5th quickest. That's how good he is. Experience then shining through. Loix 3rd overall at the end of the day. Unbelievable. Francois Delacour, full studs, left service, people thinking, what on earth is he going out with those? He said, because it is snowing. 2nd on special stage 7, fastest on stage 8, and proved everybody wrong with his choice to go with studs and finishes the day 2nd overall. Brian Bouffier, full snow tyres with a couple of studs in the back, was able to make that change, but it left the back end really loose. Not the best balance then, maybe. Spun twice, putting him behind Delacour on the stage. But he jumps from 7th to the rally lead. Was he lucky to get away with that, or what? Phenomenal performance, including a pirouette just for us, which you saw live on Eurosport. Well, he described it as a fantastic day. Yes, a sensational day. My La Drôme is where I live. I think it gave me a chance and a good feeling for the choice of tyres on the second loop, and it was a good. And we have taken the lead of the rally, so it's wonderful. There we go, and so some of the big names really got bitten, didn't they? Freddie Loix hanging in, Guy Wilkes moving up, Sarrazin dropping to 5th after his fantastic, sensational start to the rally. Bouffier and Delacour, the old stager, leading this one. Everyone else almost behind a time wall there, with Hannanen in 6th place, Peder Solberg in 7th. They were our rally leaders, too busy watching each other, you might say. So what about our those further down the order? Elena Villa and Tony Jardine, the 3 musketeers of the Monte Carlo. Well, after Villa's retirement on day 1, only Jardine and Daniel Elena are still in the race. Tony Jardine a bit concerned about the weather, but happy.
A little bit of snow, -7 in parts. We've got to try and keep going at a reasonable pace for us, in the hope that we can make top 60.
Well, only the top 60 allowed to take part in the last night over the Turini. It's the ultimate goal of Daniel Elena as well. Weather conditions rapidly changing from bad to worse. Anything can happen on an event like this.
Très long droite. Recentre, glisse, ouvre et Goffrey.
Bit stressy? No, a lot stressy, he says. Great to see these boys still there, and the Magic 100 still on course. Yeah, it's stressful, but it's a pleasure, he said. Stressful means awful for Jardine, on slicks in the snow, finally retiring on stage 7.
6 right, long.
6 right, long time to get there. Stay with us to see more of the last 2 loops of the Monte Carlo Rally. We'll be back with more. Find out who the winner is after this. So, the calm after the storm, you might say. Yes, the last day of the Rally Monte Carlo, terrible stages of yesterday afternoon, still in the minds of the drivers. The ranking upside down. Peder Solberg still happy to be part of the rally. Stubborn soft setup apart, 4th on the morning stage. Johan, and with a glimpse of what might have been. Yes, Stefan Sarrazin took his 2nd stage of the Citroën Monte Carlo. And the new Peugeot of Guy Wilkes' performance was excellent. 3rd on the last day opener. Good indicator of intent. Taking a few seconds off Loix himself. Closing on Delacour's 2nd place. Boding well for a battle on the night stages. And the 48-year-old Delacour remaining a potent force. Does not have a Wilkes Peugeot and the power Deficit, yeah, started to show. French champion Brian Bouffier. The next 2 loops not going to be easy, that's for sure. Managing his overall lead is what it is all about. That's how it was after stage 9. 39 seconds separating Bouffier and Delacour. Loix moving up, Wilkes starting to look threatening as well. Nico Vuillos, some satisfaction after the disappointment of his early puncture, winning the Turini stage on the first loop of the final day. Never out of the top 3 in the dark after finishing the rally 7th. Live pods ablaze, no mistake by anyone it seems on this one. Francois Delacour, however, was not having such a pleasant time of things. Through the snowball section, Francois Delacour rather upset after his first Turini stage. A non-works car struggling on the uphill areas. He began to tumble down the order. He lost 1 position after each of the stages to finish the rally 5th. Yes, at the end, his eyes said more than his words. What might have been, I suppose, had he given a production drive. No look at all either. Stéphane Sarrazin found a good rhythm on stage 10, but gearbox problems for him. Yes, stuck in 4th until the end of the stage. He lost 28 seconds and 4th place overall. Some wonderful action through the night. Again, you saw it all on Eurosport. So gearbox issues aside, it could have been a much stronger finish for Sarrazin. Unfortunate.
I have no gearbox. I'm in 4th gear. Okay.
Since how many kilometers?
Just amazing, you know. Only 1 gear, so.
Well, at service, his mechanic swapped his gearbox, and in less than 20 minutes between the 2 loops, he won at stage 12, another case of what might have been. Well, Guy Wilkes made many changes for the first Turini stage. It didn't work out, but it got better in the 2nd stage of the first loop. Swinging fortunes went on though, and after the assistance he dropped to 5th place. Redemption came in the final run, and a penalty for Sarrazin, yes, helping to give Guy the podium that he richly deserved.
Get it over.
Simply outstanding. Freddie Loix was battling for 2nd place overall. Such a good job that, yes, he had to be watched carefully by the rally leader. How close would he get to Bouffier was the question after he moved into 2nd place on stage 10. Great to see Freddie in his pomp. He'll be doing 7 rounds of the Intercontinental Rally Challenge. Well, on the last loop, Brian Bouffier was out to manage his advantage, not pushing beyond what he needed to maintain a gap on Loix. He made no mistakes during the 84 kilometres of the 2nd last stages, or the 2 last stages. A great start to the year then for Brian Bouffier. The 2010 French champion has won the Monte Carlo Rally in its centenary year. Relief and joy at Peugeot after Bouffier crossed the finish line. A great victory for the French team.
It
was a very long course, he said, a lot of suspense, and at the beginning we were not the fastest. Yesterday everything went upside down. We made some good tyre choices, and today was not easy. I had to keep the lead. There was a lot of very strong drivers out there, some tricky stages as usual, but great teamwork from my boys at Peugeot. A really good job. Bouffier then taking it, Loix runner-up, Guy Wilkes making the podium after Sarrazin took a 30-second penalty, and Delacour finishing in 5th place. What a great name to conjure with. Francophones everywhere, save for Guy Wilkes, I suppose the Flemish as well. Hallinan then, what might have been for him. And yes, Peter Solberg just nursing the car home in the end. He's thinking of other things, I suppose, for next year. But great to have him on board. Well, in the presence of Prince Albert II and under the sunshine, all the cars on the podium to celebrate what was a fantastic centenary. A worthy Monte Carlo winner. It had it all, didn't it? The glamour, the battles, the weather, the luck, both good and bad. Another chapter in the history of this great event has then been written. Bouffier taking 25 points, Loix 18, Guy Wilkes 15 after Sarrazin fell on his sword to take 12, and Delacour with 10. There's the driver's standings. And as far as the manufacturers are concerned, well, it is Peugeot that are bossing it. Just for now, Peugeot on 40 points, Skoda on 26. It's a great step forward for the French marque, Skoda. Well, they were looking over their shoulder at the end of last season. Now it's they that have to take a step forward. Pierre Campana turned misfortune on its head in the IRC two-wheel drive category. The Frenchman was leading day one, picked up a puncture on the early stage of day two, and thought his rally was over. But he fought back and ended as overall winner, 1 minute 5 seconds ahead of Michel Bouri. What a good performance it was. French names again, peppering throughout. And it was a dominant performance from IRC Production Cup winner Florian Gonon. He took 13th overall on his Subaru Impreza, over 10 minutes clear of the category Czech rival Wojtek Steiff. Florian put in an impressive show on day two when he was third fastest overall on the last stage of the day then. Very good effort. Eamon Boland on there as well. Daniel Barry out in snow on day two, unfortunately.
The new R4 car is going to be much lighter, about 80 kilo lighter, we hope, and it will have some major changes in the suspension. This will improve the dynamics of the car, so we expect it to be around about 1 second per kilometre faster. We have more suspension travel, and very, very key item, it will also be stronger and much easier for the driver to drive, much more responsive. The chassis will be tighter. What we hope for is the car to be revitalised by this in the marketplace, very much so. We would like to see more Subarus out on these IRC rallies, and to that end we plan on running our own team this year together with a partner, and we hope to bring a few top drivers.
Yeah, Subaru hope to have this homologation in place by March, and averaging a third of the cost of some IRC cars, making it more accessible to those wanting to get involved in rally. Johan has won the first Colin McRae IRC Flat-Out Trophy of 2011 following the exploits of the Rally Monte Carlo. The IRC and Colin McRae Vision charities formed a partnership last season to support good causes that help young people living close to the route of the IRC events. Colin McRae IRC Flat-Out Trophy is presented in all rounds of the IRC to the driver who demonstrates some of the attacking style that made McRae a hero to thousands of fans around the world. Well won. And of course now we must turn our minds away from snowy landscapes to the hotter climes of the Canaries. We're going to be seeing you there on April 14th to the 16th for the second round of the IRC. So look forward to your company then. In the meantime, another name has been added to the list of greats that have triumphed on the Monte Carlo Rally. What an event it turned out to be. And of course you saw it live on Eurosport. I'm Carlton Kirby, thanks for your company. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.